There's a kind of pain that doesn't scream. It doesn't show up in tests, it doesn't break you overnight. Instead, it grows, quietly, beneath your discipline, beneath your strength. It hides inside your silence. And if you're a Capricorn, this danger has probably been living inside you for years, and you've mistaken it for being strong. You see, Capricorn, you were born with a spine made of Saturn, not just the bones in your back, but the rules, the structure, the weight of time itself. You are the mountain everyone climbs to survive, the shoulder people lean on, the one who gets things done when others fall apart. But here's the truth no one dares to say. Your health is paying the price for all that strength. Not because you're weak, but because you never learned how to bend. And now, something inside you is starting to crack. Today, we're going to expose the hidden health danger that most Capricorns never see coming, until their body forces them to stop, until their knees buckle, their stomach tightens, or their mind begins to slip into quiet exhaustion. If you've been tired, but can't explain why, if your back hurts, but you say it's nothing, if you always carry the weight for others, but no one sees you breaking, then you need to hear this, before it's too late. Part 1: The Iron Spine, Strength or Suppression. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, the cold planet of time, structure, responsibility, and limitation. In astrology, Saturn is often represented by bones, the spine, the joints, and the teeth. Not by accident. Because Capricorn is not just strong. You are built to endure. You were born to carry what others can't. But here's the paradox. The very structure that holds you together is also what slowly breaks you down. When Saturn shapes a life, it carves discipline into the bones. Your resilience becomes your identity. Your pain becomes private. Your back becomes a shelf. And everyone you love stacks their burdens on top of it. You don't complain. You don't quit. You just keep holding, until one day, your body whispers, "I can't." This is where the danger begins. Capricorns are known to be among the longest living signs of the zodiac, but only when balance is present. When Saturn's structure is honored without becoming a prison. Because what happens to a spine that never bends? It becomes stiff, brittle, fragile. And what happens to a Capricorn who never rests? The same. In my years of studying Capricorn natal charts across generations, professions, and life stories, there's one physical vulnerability I see again and again. Stiffness in the body that mirrors stiffness in the soul. Chronic back pain, tight hips, locked jaw, grinding teeth, and even collapsed posture over time. Not because of weakness, but because of carrying far too much, for far too long. I once worked with a Capricorn woman named Elaine. She was 47, ran her own business, cared for both aging parents and 2 children. She was, in every sense, a fortress. But when I met her, she hadn't taken a true vacation in over a decade. She said her neck had been hurting for months, but she just powered through. Until one morning, her lower back gave out. She collapsed in the kitchen, not because of one heavy thing, but because of everything she had carried in silence. Elaine told me something I'll never forget. I thought strength meant never needing help. But I learned that real strength means knowing when you've carried enough. You see, Saturn teaches mastery through limits. And for Capricorns, your lesson isn't about proving how much you can carry. It's about learning when to let go, when to soften, when to say, "I'm tired, and I need rest." This is not weakness. This is wisdom. Because the spine, the symbol of your sign, was never meant to be unbreakable. It was meant to be flexible. To carry you, yes, but also to bend when needed. To allow movement, dance, laughter, lightness. And yet, how often do Capricorns forget that joy is part of health too? Life lesson. True strength is not found in how tightly you hold it all together, but in how bravely you release what no longer serves you. The next time your back aches, your jaw tightens, or your legs feel heavy, ask yourself, what am I still trying to hold that was never mine to carry? Part 2: Emotional Silence, Physical Pain. If Capricorn is the spine of the zodiac, then silence is often your armor. Not because you have nothing to say, but because you've been taught, over and over again, that showing emotion is dangerous. When Saturn rules your soul, emotions aren't dismissed, they're delayed. You postpone your tears. You swallow your sadness. You bottle up your fears in jars labeled not now, not helpful, or not strong enough. But here's the truth that most Capricorns learn too late. The emotions you bury in silence don't die. They find new homes in your body. The stomach is often the first to speak. Tightness after meals. Acid that burns not because of what you ate, but because of what you never said. Then comes the skin. Outbreaks. Rashes. Eczema. Not from the weather, but from the pressure of being everything to everyone and never asking for anything in return. Even the heart can echo the loneliness you never dared to speak. A racing pulse. Insomnia. That invisible weight on your chest that doctors can't quite explain. Why? Because Capricorn is the master of emotional suppression. But no matter how tightly you lock the vault, your body keeps the score. I once spoke with a Capricorn man in his 60s. He had spent his entire life supporting his family, working 2 jobs, never missing a bill, never missing a day of work. But he admitted he hadn't told his wife "I love you" in over 15 years. He thought showing love was doing things, not saying things. And when his adult son said, "Dad, I never really knew what you felt," he just stared at the floor. This same man had chronic gastritis and constant tension in his chest. Doctors told him to avoid spicy foods. But the real inflammation came from decades of unspoken grief, love, regret. Capricorn, this is not judgment. This is a mirror. A sacred invitation to recognize that your emotions are not enemies. They are messengers. Saturn gave you strength, yes. But Saturn also gave you wisdom. And wisdom says, what is not expressed will be repressed. And what is repressed will manifest, eventually. When you cry behind closed doors but show up like nothing's wrong, your stomach knows. Your skin knows. Your bones know. Because silence, when used too long, becomes self-harm. And here's the part that hurts the most. Most Capricorns never tell anyone. They suffer beautifully, quietly, until something breaks in their health, in their marriage, or in their spirit. But what if you didn't have to break? Life lesson. You are not weak for feeling. You are strong enough to feel it all and still stand tall. Capricorn, your body is not your enemy. It is your deepest ally. But only if you're willing to listen. So the next time your stomach twists for no reason, or your heart feels heavy before sleep, ask yourself, what am I refusing to express that my body is now trying to release for me? Part 3, the workaholic trap. Capricorn doesn't just do work, Capricorn becomes the work. From an early age, you felt it. The pull to be useful. The pressure to perform. The unspoken belief that your worth is measured by your output. While other signs were chasing joy, you were building futures. Saving money. Setting goals. Making lists inside your mind while everyone else was dreaming with their eyes closed. And at first, it worked. Your consistency made you reliable. Your ambition made you respected. But somewhere along the line, you stopped working to live and started living to work. Capricorn, I know why you do it. Work gives you structure, a place to belong, a reason to wake up. But here's the warning the stars whisper behind your back. If you lose your balance, your work will consume your soul before your body even notices. Saturn's influence teaches delayed gratification, discipline, the long game. But Saturn doesn't demand martyrdom. You do. You over-deliver. You show up when sick. You answer emails during dinner. You say yes to one more shift, one more responsibility, one more obligation. Until you forget what rest even feels like. But here's the catch. Your body always remembers. Back pain. Shoulder tension. Migraines that come like clockwork every Sunday night. Not because your body is failing, but because your soul is screaming, I need to stop. I once had a Capricorn client, mid-30s, who developed a sudden tremor in her right hand. Doctors ran tests, nothing conclusive. She said, maybe it's just stress. But when I asked her when she last had a day with 0 tasks, she looked confused. Even on vacation, she said, I schedule everything. I clean. I write. I track my steps. I can't not do something. That's when I understood. Her nervous system didn't know what rest was anymore. It wasn't stress causing the tremor. It was overdrive. Her body had adapted to 10 years of hyperproductivity, and now it was glitching like a machine never powered off. Capricorn, you are not a machine. You are not your salary. You are not your list. And you are not your next achievement. You were born under an earth sign, but even the earth rests. It rotates. It hibernates. It renews. The field that never rests becomes infertile. And the Capricorn that never slows down becomes resentful, sick, and lost. You don't have to earn your right to breathe. Life lesson. Doing less is not laziness. It's a sacred act of remembering that your soul matters more than your schedule. Ask yourself, who are you when you're not working? If the answer scares you, it means it's time to find out. Because burnout isn't a badge of honor. It's a spiritual alarm. And it's ringing now. Part 4, the praise you never accept. Capricorn, you've been applauded before. You've been called responsible, reliable, strong. But what did you do every time someone praised you? You waved it away. You said, it was nothing. You changed the subject. You smiled politely but didn't believe a word of it. Because deep down, you don't think you deserve it. Not unless you've suffered for it. Not unless you've earned it 100 times over. Not unless every detail was perfect. This is the hidden trap of Saturn. It makes you feel like praise must be earned through pain. Capricorn, your soul has been trained to value doing, not being. You measure yourself by what you've accomplished, not by who you are. And when someone tells you, you did amazing, your inner voice whispers. They don't know the full story. I could have done better. You are your own harshest critic. But here's what most people don't understand. That voice in your head isn't just critical. It's exhausting. And over time, it begins to erode your spirit like waves against stone. I remember speaking to a Capricorn mother in her early 50s. She had raised 3 children alone, worked full-time, and never missed a single parent-teacher meeting. Her children adored her. But when her daughter said one day, "Mom, I'm proud of you," she teared up, and then replied, "Don't say that. I didn't do anything special." Capricorn, do you see? You give everything, yet don't allow yourself to receive. And here's the cost. When praise can't land, neither can love, neither can softness, neither can healing. Your nervous system remains in proving mode. Your heart stays closed. And your health slowly deteriorates under the pressure of invisible expectations. Because the truth is, you don't need to be flawless to be worthy. You don't need to be perfect to be praised. You don't need to earn love through suffering. You just need to remember that being seen is not dangerous. It's divine. Astrologically, Saturn brings maturity. But too often, Capricorns grow up too fast. You learned early on that your needs came second. That emotions were inconvenient. That accomplishments were currency and affection had to be earned. But now, you're not that child anymore. You're allowed to evolve. You're allowed to receive without guilt. When someone praises you, breathe it in. Say thank you. Don't deflect it. Let it land. Let it nourish you. Because your soul has been starving for acknowledgement and only you can allow it to be fed. Life lesson. You can't truly give love if you don't know how to receive it. Praise is not arrogance. It's affirmation. It's someone else saying, I see your effort. I see your soul. And when you reject praise, you're not being humble. You're refusing to heal. Capricorn, let yourself be loved not for what you do, but simply for who you are. Part 5, Rest isn't weakness. Capricorn, let me ask you something. When was the last time you rested, truly rested, without guilt? Not a quick nap between meetings. Not a rest where your phone was still buzzing. I mean, the kind of rest where your soul finally exhales. If that question feels uncomfortable, you're not alone. For you, rest has always felt like a luxury. Something to be earned, not something you simply deserve. You were born under Saturn, the great teacher of time. And so your life has been shaped by schedules, responsibility, and the pressure to always be on. While other signs romanticize pleasure, you romanticize endurance. But here's the paradox. Even the strongest mountain needs seasons of stillness. Capricorn, your worth is not tied to your productivity. You are not here to prove yourself through exhaustion. And yet, that's exactly what you've been doing for years. You push through sickness. You ignore the fatigue. You say things like, "I'll rest after this project," or "I'll slow down when things settle." But the truth is, things never settle. Because you don't let them. Rest feels dangerous to you. Because in stillness, the feelings you buried begin to rise. The voices you silenced return. The grief you postponed knocks on the door. And that is the moment of healing. You see, rest is not the opposite of strength. Rest is where strength is restored. I once worked with a Capricorn man who had developed chronic tension headaches. He had tried everything: diet, hydration, even medication. Nothing helped. Until we uncovered one simple truth. He hadn't taken a full weekend off in 7 years. 7. He said, "I just feel lazy when I stop." But when he finally allowed himself to disconnect, to sleep in, to breathe, to exist without obligation, the headaches began to vanish. Capricorn, this isn't magic. It's alignment. Because your body is not designed to run on survival mode forever. Even the planets rest in their orbits. Even Saturn pauses in retrograde. You are no exception. The biggest lie you've ever been told is that rest equals weakness. The truth: rest is an act of spiritual trust. It says, "I believe I'm safe enough to stop. I believe the world won't fall apart if I rest. I believe I'm still worthy even when I'm not producing." You're not here to grind yourself into the ground. You're here to build something lasting. And that includes your health, your joy, your peace. Life lesson. Your body is not a machine. It's a sacred vessel. And it needs your permission to rest. So next time you hear that voice that says, "You don't have time to stop," pause and ask yourself, what if that voice isn't wisdom, but a wound? Capricorn, rest isn't a reward. It's a birthright. And the more you honor it, the more your strength will stop hurting you and start healing you. Part 6, Controlling Everything, Losing Yourself. Capricorn, you don't trust chaos. You don't believe in leaving things up to chance. And why would you? From the beginning, your life taught you that if you didn't hold it together, no one else would. You learned early that structure meant survival, that planning meant protection, and that control was the only way to feel safe in a world that rarely is. But here's the deeper truth. What you use to protect yourself can also become the very thing that traps you. Capricorn, you don't just create structure. You become it. The one who holds the family calendar. The one who double-checks every detail. The one who scans the room to make sure no one's forgotten what matters. You hold everyone else's world in place, until you realize your own world is falling apart. Because control isn't always power. Sometimes it's fear dressed in perfectionism. Sometimes it's pain wearing the mask of responsibility. And sometimes it's grief pretending to be strength. I once worked with a Capricorn woman, a successful project manager, a devoted mother, and a caretaker to her aging father. Every hour of her day was scheduled. Every dollar accounted for. Every holiday, every family gathering, every emergency. She handled it. But she couldn't sleep. Her jaw hurt from clenching. She had recurring stomach cramps that doctors couldn't explain. Why? Because while she was managing everyone's chaos, she was abandoning her own emotional truth. And that's the danger of over-control. When you try to hold everything, you begin to lose yourself. Capricorn, Saturn gives you mastery over time, over boundaries, over structure. But Saturn does not demand self-erasure. It does not ask you to sacrifice your peace in exchange for predictability. And yet, that's what you do. You say yes when your body screams no. You clean when you should be crying. You organize when you need to fall apart. But Capricorn, You are allowed to be messy. You are allowed to not know. You are allowed to drop the ball. Because perfection is not the proof of your value. Your humanity is. Astrologically, the lesson of Saturn isn't to control life, but to cooperate with its rhythms. Control is a closed fist. Cooperation is an open hand. Which one do you think your soul can breathe in? Life lesson. You don't need to manage everything to be worthy of peace. Let the dishes sit. Let someone else take the lead. Let the plan change. Let the moment be without trying to fix it. Your value isn't in how much you control. It's in how deeply you're willing to trust. That even if things fall apart, you won't. Part 7, Healing starts with flexibility. Capricorn, you were born with bones forged by Saturn. A spine of discipline. A heart trained in silence. A mind sharpened by order. You are the fortress of the zodiac. But even fortresses need to breathe. You've heard it before, be strong. And you are. But strength without softness becomes stone. And stone, when exposed to enough time and pressure, begins to crack. So how do you heal? Not through more effort. Not through harder schedules or tighter routines. You heal by becoming flexible. Now, don't confuse flexibility with chaos. This isn't about letting go of your structure. It's about letting go of your rigidity. Think of the spine, your sacred symbol. It holds you up, yes. But its power lies in its movement. It twists. It bends. It adapts. It flows with pressure instead of breaking under it. Your mind must learn the same. Flexibility of mind means this. Letting go of the need to be right all the time. Forgiving others when they don't live up to your standard. Allowing room for mistakes, yours and theirs. And most of all, recognizing that change isn't your enemy. It's your evolution. I once guided a Capricorn client through a simple ritual. She had been suffering from chronic neck pain, stiff, locked, unforgiving. Nothing helped. I asked her to write down everything she refused to release. Control, resentment, self-blame, expectations. We burned the paper under the full moon. She cried for the first time in years. And for the first time in weeks, her neck relaxed. That is the body's language. It speaks when you don't. It locks up when you refuse to let go. Capricorn, your healing does not lie in doing more. It lies in loosening your grip. In allowing life to unfold without your constant editing. In trusting that the people you love won't fall apart if you step back. And if they do, that's not your failure. That's their path. You are here to build, yes, but not at the cost of your softness. Softness is sacred. Flexibility is holy. Adaptation is divine. Because when you allow yourself to bend, you finally remember how to grow. Life lesson. Healing doesn't begin when you try harder. It begins when you surrender, gently, bravely, and without shame. So stretch your body. Stretch your mind. Stretch your soul into places it's been afraid to visit. And you will find that the version of you who bends, breathes, and lets go is not weaker. They are finally free. Conclusion, this is where your real strength begins. Capricorn, now you know. The true danger hasn't been outside you. It's been the weight you carry quietly, the strength you've weaponized, and the silence you mistook for survival. You've been everyone's structure, everyone's shelter. But now, it's your turn to come home to you. To rest without guilt. To cry without shame. To heal without needing to prove anything. Because your soul isn't built only for duty. It's built for renewal. You don't need to do more to be worthy. You just need to soften where you've been hardened. To listen where you've been too busy. To feel where you've forgotten how. If this message opened something inside you, leave a comment below and tell me. What has your body been trying to tell you, but you've been ignoring it? Your words may help someone else begin their healing too. And if you felt seen, if you felt understood, then don't leave quietly. Subscribe to Zodiac Secrets Revealed. And stay with us. This journey isn't over. In the next chapter, we'll uncover how your closest relationships may be draining or healing your health in ways you've never realized, and how Saturn has been preparing you for a shift you didn't see coming. So stay with me. Your body is speaking. And here at Zodiac Secrets Revealed, we're finally listening together.